Did you know that many of the common phrases we use today actually come straight from the Bible? It's true, these ancient words of wisdom have woven their way into our everyday language, often without us even realizing it. Even those that say they do not believe in God and the Bible use these phrases and believe their meaning. Let's take a journey through time and explore the surprising biblical origins of some familiar phrases. Starting with one you might know well, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. This phrase is rooted in Exodus chapter 21, verse 24. It's a principle of justice from the Old Testament, ensuring that the punishment fits the crime. But beyond the idea of retribution, it emphasizes fairness and the importance of justice over personal vengeance. Next, there's the well-known saying, "Spare the rod, spoil the child." This comes from Proverbs chapter 13, verse 24, which says, "Whoever spares the rod hates his son, but he who loves him is diligent to discipline him." While often quoted in discussions of discipline, the deeper message is about the importance of guiding and correcting our children out of love. Have you ever heard the phrase, "the writings on the wall"? This one comes from the book of Daniel, chapter 5, verses 5 to 31. It's a story where a mysterious hand appears and writes on the wall during King Belshazzar's feast, predicting his downfall. Today it's used to suggest that something bad is about to happen, with clear signs leading up to it. Another powerful phrase is, "The meek shall inherit the earth." This is directly from Matthew chapter 5, verse 5, part of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. It's a profound reminder that humility and gentleness are highly valued by God and will ultimately be rewarded. Here's one that might surprise you. "Man does not live by bread alone." This phrase comes from Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3, and is quoted by Jesus in Matthew chapter 4, verse 4. It's a reminder that while our physical needs are important, spiritual nourishment is essential for a fulfilled life. "Pride comes before the fall" is another phrase with biblical roots. Originating from Proverbs chapter 16, verse 18, it says, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." It's a warning about the dangers of arrogance and overconfidence, which can lead to one's downfall. From your grandparents' generation, you might have heard, "Idle hands are the devil's workshop." This reflects the caution found in Proverbs 16:27 about how idleness can lead to mischief and sin. It's a call to stay busy and productive, keeping ourselves out of trouble. Then there's the timeless teaching, "Love your neighbor as yourself." This is one of Jesus's most famous teachings, found in Matthew 22:39. It's a principle that encourages empathy, kindness, and treating others the way we want to be treated. "A leopard can't change its spots" is another saying that comes from the Bible. Jeremiah 13:23 uses this phrase to illustrate the difficulty of changing one's inherent nature. It's often used to express skepticism about someone's ability to change. The phrase, "There's a time and place for everything," echoes the wisdom of Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. This verse reminds us that life has its rhythms, and timing is crucial for everything under the sun. Moving to some more familiar sayings, "Don't cast your pearls before swine." This advice comes from Matthew chapter 7, verse 6, which teaches us not to waste what is precious on those who won't appreciate it. "You can't serve two masters" is a powerful truth from Matthew chapter 6, verse 24. This verse tells us no one can serve two masters. You cannot serve God and money. It's a reminder of the importance of prioritizing what truly matters in life. Let's look at a phrase many of us have heard. "Treat others the way you want to be treated." This is the golden rule, straight from Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. It's a simple yet profound guide to living in harmony with others. And then there's, "You reap what you sow." This phrase is based on Galatians chapter 6, verse 7, which says, "For whatever one sows, that will he also reap." It's a reminder that our actions have consequences, both good and bad. "A house divided cannot stand" comes from Mark chapter 3, verse 24. This phrase emphasizes the importance of unity, warning that division leads to downfall. Another familiar saying is, "Actions speak louder than words." While not a direct quote, it reflects the teaching of James chapter 1, verse 22, which says, "But be doers of the word and not hearers only." It's a call to live out what we believe, letting our actions reflect our faith. One phrase that often comes up in discussions about wealth is, "The love of money is the root of all evil." This warning from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 10 reminds us of the dangers of greed and the importance of not making wealth our ultimate goal. And finally, a soft answer turns away. Wrath is wise advice from Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. This verse teaches us that gentleness can diffuse conflict, while harsh words can stir up anger. Even today, phrases like "everything happens for a reason" reflect biblical teachings. This one echoes Romans 8:28, which reassures us that for those who love God, all things work together for good. And then there's the modern phrase, YOLO, or you only live once. This echoes Ecclesiastes 9:10, which encourages us to live fully and with intention. Whatever your hand finds to do, do it with your might. In today's world, phrases like "haters gonna hate" can be linked to biblical wisdom as well. Matthew 5:11 reminds us that we will face criticism and persecution, but perseverance is key. This popular phrase reflects Philippians 4:8. Whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, think about these things. It's a call to focus on the positive. While often used today in a subjective sense, it resonates with John 8:32. And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. It highlights the importance of living in alignment with truth. Finally, the phrase "let go" and "let God" is a popular one in Christian circles today. It echoes the wisdom of Proverbs 3:5-6, which teaches us to trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. Isn't it fascinating how these ancient words continue to shape our language and culture? The next time you use one of these phrases, you'll know you're tapping into a rich history of biblical wisdom that has stood the test of time. If you found this interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with more insights into the everyday phrases we use that have deep biblical roots.